I don't even know what to say. We're going to Cali. I'm literally tripping over cars here. Tripping over hypers.
This is you and I's first time on a private jet. So this is how Triple F travels.
We have too many cars. He just tripped over them.
We're supposed to be at the plane in 20 minutes.
California. I'm just gonna be enamored for the next 5 hours. I was telling Jordan, like, one of the best parts about being able to fly private is being able to leave 20 minutes late,
right,
and park 10 feet from the jet.
Yeah.
Like,
no TSA.
That's invaluable right there. I mean, that's what you pay for, and it's not cheap. Yeah, I have a commercial flight in a month, and I'm gonna be like, what is this?
Cheers.
Cheers, Jay. You can see how high we're at.
Oh, that's wild.
And that's why we're actually going a lot faster. We're doing 428, but because of the headwind, now we're doing 371.
How's the weather, Brett?
I don't need this anymore. This is like,
it's a little hot for that.
Like, I get it. They stay in California for the weather.
But can we just talk about this view right now?
Right, just look at this.
Maneuver inside this thing with a helmet squished in this thing.
You doing okay, Jay?
Doing good. I'm excited. I want to race.
I know, I can't wait.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, the hand positioning might feel a bit alien to start with, and I'll remind you.
So really, thumbs on here, right?
Exactly that. And then the other positive is that then your hands are always ready for a gear shift when you get into manual mode.
So this is what you do?
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm full time with McLaren, so I'm what they call a factory driver. They're just employed full time by McLaren. So race our cars, develop the race cars, do corporate stuff, do coaching stuff, develop road cars. So yeah, 7 days a week I'm living the dream. We'll head straight out. The only thing to bear in mind is tyre pressures and tyre temp. So just another lap just to build them back up slowly. context of why we do it. So in that example, when we kept the car tight, you can imagine all the energy loading up in the car, in the tyre and the suspension, and it wants to release. And if you keep it sort of caged up, it then breaks free into that slide. So that's when we start to think more about it.
I've never driven something that hard.
Cool, wicked. Just
Unbelievable.
and this is a fully normal road car, can't get any tricks or shit to it.
The fact that you can brake that length hard, you can just feel the car just unbelievable.
Just sits down.
That was awesome. Thank you.
No problem at all. Any questions on your side yet? I know there's a load going on, so.
You know, towards the end, you almost want to brake without turning, right? Are you just trying to do a quick stop, or do you want?
It's a mixture. You can kind of do both depending on the corner. So the slow speed corners, you can brake and turn because there's not as much energy. The high speed corner, we don't want to brake and turn because it unsettles the car.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the next lesson is kind of how much can we brake and turn without it being too much.
Some of them you're just trying to screech to a stop, right?
Yeah,
and then get to the speed, then drive through it.
Honest assessment for having, I think, one track day.
We can definitely work with it.
You're replacing Lando. That's where we're at.
No, it was great. Once we started getting a little faster, you know, there were a couple times where it got a little hairy, where I didn't snap it back fast enough because we're going through the turns faster, so I still turned a little bit. It got us in trouble once, where they started to take them out, but it's like, okay, when you get through there, that inertia, once you hit these other, you see how it like flows down? We hit the first two turns great, but because I didn't snap it back straight, like as I was going, and I
wants to rotate.
Yeah, just when it was turned a little bit.
So
So I didn't see that when I was going slower because I had time to still do it.
So you're saying the wheel either needed to be snapped back straight, or you like essentially hit the throttle too
Snapback's
quickly.
a bit strong. It's always smoother release.
So you just needed it straighter before you hop
because
on.
the front wheels are still turning. The car's going, oh, you want to go this way, but the corner's finishing and we want to go that way. And the energy builds up in the tyre and suspension, it squats, and it gets to a point where it can't handle it and it just wants to break free. The basics are now there, so we don't have to kind of talk about that at all. It's now just sort of fine tuning. So I think, like I said, you would learn as much now, unfortunately, just talking out of the car about why we do what, with some examples, like video-wise. And then the guys that I race with, I personally am a big believer of like just car control. So we'll get like a big car park like this in a car, and we just do some donuts, do some big drifts. So when you're out on track, when it happens, it's not a surprise.
And when he says give 100% brake, do like 110. I mean, you just can stand on them.
Like literally, Brett.
I mean,
stand on the brakes.
Like there was one where I didn't.
Yeah,
I was like,
one.
okay. I was like 90%. And then I was like, okay, I see the difference.
I think sometimes guys like you do it to call my bluff because I'm like, right, we need to brake hard, and you're like, well, I'm gonna brake a little softer and see if we actually are on the limit. And like,
Actually, if we
we're on the
You know,
limit.
it's just when you don't have many track days, it's unnatural to brake that hard.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time on like nearly every turn.
Now it's time to hit the road and get away. Hey, go with me. Take you for a ride. Hey, just come and see. Take a look inside. Yeah, it's all you need. It's gonna be the vibe. Cruising through the sky. Yeah, we feeling alright. Take a lead. Throw a little smile. Jumping.
I've been driving this all week out here. Have you? And you like it? Like 170, 180 miles an hour. It's insane. So we don't have an intercom system in this car. So I'll just do some hand signals, power and brake. Obviously, when you're on the passenger side, you'll feel what I'm doing.
Take you for a ride. Just come and see. Take a look inside. Yeah, it's all you need. It's gonna be the vibe.
It's really a tight car. Really tight.
Take a lead. Throw a little smile. Jumping in the seat. We're here for a while. Yeah,
You really have to brake it hard and stuff. Beautiful mountain. Oh yeah, really is amazing. I bet you've had an amazing life. From what the boys have said, how hard you had to work.
It's hard work though.
I think sometimes the guys who have had to work the hardest appreciate it the most.
They do.
If you get given stuff too easily, I think it feels fake and hollow.
I like this car. It's a little too small though. There's not much. What do they think? Everybody's 5'6".
The problem
Over there?
Yeah. The problem is this generation, like the UK, we are short. Like,
Yes.
we're not tall at
You know.
all.
But America, You know, we're tall.
Yeah, I think on average 2-3 inches taller than Europe. And then racing drivers are all midgets.
Yes.
I'm tall for a racing.
Is that right? What are they normally, about 5'2"?
Yeah.
Kind of like a fighter.
Yeah, jockey, yeah.
Back to the cold weather.
It was a fun couple days. You guys will find out. Not for a long time. If you're seeing this, this is my past self.
This is the last time you're gonna see these mountains and sunshine for another month or two. We're gonna have to watch this over and over again. Yeah. Back to 0 degrees.
Hanging with myself and I am a rocket flying into space. I am an ocean making
Back to Ohio. End of the snow.
Oh, nice and gray.
Man.
A little cold. A little cold. Good trip?
Yes, sir.
So much better in the large,
Yeah.
right? Didn't you have a better time?
Well, it kind of went really fast.
It did go way fast. It was faster.
It was physically faster and it felt faster.